If you want to learn about one of the most underrated wide receivers in the league, then check out this video about good old Olamide Zacchaeus.
Defense and wide open. Olamide Zacchaeus. He's going to go all the way. Zacchaeus.
Out of Plainfield, New Jersey, Olamide was born to be something special. I mean, his name in Nigerian is for the blessing to come, and so it wasn't a surprise that from his time in high school, you could just tell that he was a unique talent. Not only was he just first team All-City, and upon that lead his team to 11-3 record as a senior, but he was also part of USA Football's 2015 International Bowl roster. Not only did he just do his thing on the football field, but Olamide was a phenomenal track star, and he even made nationals from 07 to 10. My man was just an athlete through and through, and as you could guess, colleges took notice. Although he went to a smaller Catholic high school, Olamide was still a 3-star, with interest from schools like Miami, Cincinnati, and Virginia. A decent bunch of choices for the stud, but eventually my man decided to stay close to home as he became a good old Virginia Cavalier. Going into his first year with the team, like many others, Olamide was looking to at least somewhat prove that he was good enough to make some plays early on. Although he wasn't given all that much to work with, my man put up a decent stat line with over 200 yards and a touchdown as he started off his time in Virginia with at least a few hundred on the board. All things considered, going into his second year, I wouldn't say there was that many expectations on his play, and yet my man was able to do his thing. Nearly 600 yards and 7 touchdowns is pretty impressive coming off a season with barely one, and I would say is proof enough that Olamide could do his thing on the next level. It was a tough act to follow the following year, but considering that he was given much more to work with, Olamide was able to do just that. This time nearly 900 yards and 5 touchdowns were enough to earn him second team All-ACC honors, as he established himself as one of the best wide receivers in the conference. Now that he only had a year left, I'm sure my man was looking to play as well as anyone out there, and he did pretty well. Not only did Olamide pass the century mark, but he had 9 touchdowns as he earned his spot on the All-ACC first team. Following an impressive career in Virginia, it seemed like Olamide was potentially going to go mid-round to become a wide receiver 4 somewhere, but it turns out he didn't go anywhere, as my man went undrafted. Almost right after the draft, Olamide was signed as an undrafted free agent by Atlanta, as he was finally given a shot following a solid college career with the Cavaliers. Likely the main reason why he went drafted in the first place was the simple fact that he was pretty undersized at only 5'8", which has time and time again made teams overlook a ton of talent. Anyways, as an undrafted free agent, it was not that much of a surprise that my man was not able to do all that much as a rookie. And although he played in 10 games, Olamide only had 3 catches for 115, with one of those going for 93. Honestly, not too bad of a start for someone who was overlooked by every single NFL team like 7 times in a row, and put some fuel under his fire to prove that he deserved to be given a shot. So with that in mind, now that Atlanta was aware of how talented Olamide really was, he was finally given a decent bit to work with the following year, as he had nearly 300 yards and a touchdown in this time 11 games. Although he went undrafted, Olamide was still able to make a name for himself, just like he did while at Virginia, and so it seemed like he could only get better the following year. In his first full season, Olamide put up an impressive over 400 yards and 3 touchdowns, as practically the wide receiver 3 in Atlanta behind Pitts and Gage. And so following a pretty solid first few years in Miami, it seemed like Olamide was likely going to head elsewhere, until the Falcons placed a restricted free agent tender on my man. $2.4 million is not a bad payday for someone who went undrafted, and so if he ups his play this year, then my man could get his money up that much more. Even though the team drafted Drake London, along with signing Geronimo Allison and Brian Edwards, you just know that Olamide will still find opportunities to do his thing, as he proves himself more and more. Anyways, do you guys think that Olamide will still be able to do his thing with all the new additions, or will he get lost in the mix? Let me know your thoughts. Olamide Zacchaeus is one of the most underrated players in football, but no matter the case, my man is a stud, and won't let anything stop him from showing it on the football field.
Stepping up, going deep, has a man ahead of the defender. It is caught in the end zone for the touchdown.
Thanks for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below stuff you want next. But anyway, see you all soon, and peace out.